You're listening to DraftKings Network.
Smirnoff knows there's no I in football. Football's a we thing, an experience that's best enjoyed together with good drinks and good folks. Smirnoff's the world's #1 vodka and is an official vodka partner of the NFL. And this year, Smirnoff's giving fans in select areas of the country a chance to win the ultimate game day experience. From tickets to sideline passes and much more. Just head to WeDoGameDays.com until November 15th, 2024 to enter for your chance to win. That's WeDoGameDays.com. Smirnoff. We do game days.
Please drink responsibly. Smirnoff number 21 vodka, distilled from grain, 40% alcohol by volume. The Smirnoff Company, New York, New York. Please do not share with anyone under legal drinking age. No purchase necessary. 21 plus. Ends November 15, 2024. See rules at website for participating area and other important details. Sponsored by Diageo Americas Inc., New York, New York.
Bada, bada boom, sold.
Huh?
Just sold my car on Carvana. Dropping it off and getting paid today.
Already?
What, you still haven't sold yours? You told me about it months ago. Is the offer good?
Oh, the offer's great.
Don't have another car yet?
I could trade it in for this car I love.
Come on, what are we waiting for?
You're right.
Let's go.
Whether you're looking to sell your car right now or just whenever feels right, go to Carvana.com and sell your car the convenient way. Terms and conditions apply.
Being a marketer's no sweat. You just have to manage dozens of channels, launch hundreds of campaigns, score thousands of leads, and okay, fine, it's a lot of sweat. Unless you have HubSpot's AI-powered marketing tools to help you do all that and more. Get started at HubSpot.com/marketers.
God bless football, Billy Gill.
God bless football, Mikey A.
God bless football, Fuentes.
God bless football, Stugotz.
Thank you, Mike Fuentes. Marcus Mariota, huh? He's back. Amazing. Yeah. I had no idea Marcus Mariota was still in the league. But there he was yesterday.
He's always going to be in the league. As long as Tim Boyle's in the league, Marcus Mariota will be in the league.
That's a very fair point. The Commanders win 40-7, even while Jaden Daniels goes down early in that game. They do it with Marcus Mariota. But I guess the big game of the weekend, and we'll get to college with Lucy coming up here in a few minutes. But the big game over the weekend, we'll get to the Jets, we'll get to Jason Sanders, we'll get to all the big games from yesterday. But San Francisco and Kansas City, Spags.
I was wondering who you were going to dub the big game of the weekend because we had a lot yesterday, right? We had Lions, Vikings, good game. We
what
had
a great
Texans,
game.
Packers,
yeah.
Which is looking like a good game. We had Chiefs, 49ers.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Texas, Georgia.
Yeah.
Bama, Tennessee.
Yeah.
We had games this weekend.
It was a great football weekend, no doubt. Yeah. Yep.
Good college weekend.
It was a good college weekend. We'll discuss it coming up here with Lucy. You were really getting on Brock Purdy and Patrick Mahomes right before we went on air here.
I'm getting on them. I mean, is saying that they were a disgrace to the position of quarterback in the game of football getting on them? I don't know. Too much?
A disgrace. Yeah, well, for Mahomes, yes, a bit too much.
Is it?
Yeah, a disgrace.
I mean, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He has a rushing touchdown, whatever. Brock Purdy, 3 interceptions. Brock Purdy... 49ers, when they're completely injured, don't look that great. Obviously, it's because they're completely injured, but when they're completely injured, totally different team, huh?
Mahomes now has 6 touchdowns, 8 interceptions on the season. He is tied with Jordan Love for the most interceptions this season.
Don't worry about that with Jordan Love. Oof.
He also leads the NFL in wins. I mean,
Jordan Love in second in wins, probably.
Yeah, well,
yeah, he has 5 now, right?
Yeah, but he didn't get. Remember, they got 2 with Malik Willis. So,
that's a good point. Good point.
Wow, exactly. Remember him?
You know that quarterback wins isn't actually a stat that matters all that much.
No, it's the only stat that matters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Whoever leads the NFL at wins is.
Well, no, because it's a team. Because as you pointed out, we're getting stuck.
We're getting bogged down in
I don't
semantics.
know what we're doing exactly.
We are.
Yeah.
Mahomes,
here's the scary thing about Mahomes, right? He hasn't looked great.
He hasn't played well yet.
Yeah, when he does, I mean, are we getting the bad play out of the way now? Is he going to turn it on? Like, I'm wondering with the Chiefs, like, are we just we're going to figure it out, right? Maybe are they going to figure it out? Because like they look great not having figured it out. So when they do, like, this is a dangerous team if they figure it out. Which I don't know why you would think they wouldn't figure it out. They're 2-time Super Bowl champions back-to-back.
I mean, they have Patrick Mahomes. Eventually, Pacheco's going to come back. Eventually, Rice is going to come back. They have the best defense and the best defensive coordinator in the NFL. This is amazing. Billy is right, because this team is 6-0 without their best player doing the special things that he normally does. And when he starts to become special again, they're going to be unbeatable. I mean,
I'm trying to figure out what is there to figure out with a 6-0 team.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, they haven't looked. How about, like,
tired of them?
Kareem Hunt just, hey, come on over.
Yeah.
You're fine.
No.
Touchdown. Yeah, you're fine.
No, they don't react the way the Jets do and go out and get Devontae Adams. They lose a wide receiver, and they just, they bring in another. Some guy who's been with the team before, or some guy who's sitting on their practice squad. I mean, that's
why there's a depth chart.
Yes. Yep.
That's why there's a depth chart. Let's just, hey, next guy up. Oh, he's great now.
Yeah.
Next.
Yep. It's amazing, Billy. I'm so disappointed because a lot of these teams that do a lot of winning and they win consistently, whether it's the Steelers, whether it's the Chiefs, they have stability. And I'm sitting here watching the Jets, and they're plugging holes during the season. They're firing their head coach during the season. They're going out and getting Devontae Adams during the season. They don't have anything figured out before the season. They figure it out on the fly. And it's just not the way to run an NFL organization. And yet here I am with the Jets, and I'm still holding out hope because I still think Aaron Rodgers might be able to get back to something close to where he was a few years ago. But this is not the way to run an NFL organization, or any organization for that matter.
Am I crazy to think that we're like a couple weeks away from the Chiefs signing MVS again? Right? Like, they're just going to get him. He was just cut
for the
by
playoff
the Bills.
run.
They're just going to pick him up, and he's going to have, like, a moment on the run to what is going to be another championship, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's just the way the Chiefs operate. They make these little moves. They bring in their guys that used to play here. They fit in perfectly. The Jets, to your point, that's not how they operate.
No. Devontae Adams could have played with Josh Allen. I mean,
are you? Can I tell you something? I don't believe that. Like, I don't buy that logic that he could have just gone to Buffalo. There's monetary implications here. Like, there's a reason that he went to the Jets, and there's a reason that Buffalo is going after and getting Amari Cooper for like $800,000 a year instead of multi-millions.
Right. So you're saying that was not an option. Maybe you're right.
I don't think that he would have fit there.
Right. You might be right. I'm just saying I'd like to think he had choices other than the New York Jets.
But he wasn't a free agent.
I think he got what he wanted.
I think he wanted to go there. I think he wanted to go to the Jets.
He went from a 2-5 team to a 2-5 team. He got what he wanted.
But he's with the homies, though.
I think I saw.
Yeah, but that's not the same homie that he used to hang out with.
Definitely
it's not.
What do you mean?
That's a different guy. Aaron Rodgers is not the quarterback he was playing with 3 and 4, 5 years ago. I mean,
are you worried about him yet?
Yes. Yep. Yeah, I am. How could you not be? He's terrible.
Would you trade him for Russell Wilson? Because Russell Wilson looked.
I'll tell you right now.
Yesterday,
the Jets would advance far in the playoffs with Justin Fields. How about that?
That's a terrible take.
No, it's not a terrible take.
I don't know if it's terrible. I really don't.
You would take Justin Fields over Aaron Rodgers?
He has been so bad. He is the reason we're losing football games. Not the defense, not the coaches. It is Aaron Rodgers. He is the reason that the Jets are sitting here at 2-5.
Well,
yes, I would take Justin Fields.
That's just not true. That's just not true.
Oh,
Mike, they gave up
terrible.
37 yesterday to Russell Wilson, who hasn't played a game since before Christmas of last year.
Yeah.
They gave up 37 to that garbage offense with a fourth-string center, yet nobody could get a pass rush.
Yeah.
And you're telling me Aaron Rodgers is the problem? Like, he's part of the problem.
No, well,
let's not talk about him being like he's the savior.
Mike,
he's part of the problem, but it is absolutely not all his fault.
Mikey, during the telecast, they're saying Devontae Adams, the missing piece. No, Aaron Rodgers was supposed to be the missing piece.
No, Aaron Rodgers.
That's true.
Aaron Rodgers was.
Garrett Wilson is handing the ball to the other team, like, oh, just bounce this off my chest.
Yes.
You take it.
Yeah, too frustrated Jeff fan. Sorry, Billy.
Breece Hall's good.
Yeah, he's the only guy that's good.
I mean,
that's true.
You guys will be fine.
Way to bring it around, Billy.
How are we going to be fine?
I don't think they're going to be fine.
We're 2-5, man.
They're not going to be fine. They're not going to be fine. This is closer to a 6-11 season than it is a playoff team.
Yes.
I mean, you guys don't have the ultimate confidence in Jeff Ulbrich, who couldn't even throw a challenge flag. He dropped it, and then you ended up bailed
Thank
out.
God.
Scored
We
a
lucked
touchdown
into a
anyways.
touchdown.
Yeah.
I mean,
My fantasy team with Tyler Conklin was thankful.
I couldn't even believe what I was watching when that happened.
it's unbelievable. I mean, I have no faith. They have the Patriots next. They take on the Texans after that. They're at Arizona. But there is no – I can't sit here and say, oh, easy schedule. I mean –
They are the easy schedule.
other
now.
teams look at
They
them
are
and say,
part of
oh, we
that.
get the Jets. It's unbelievable.
You guys are a lot.
I was looking over the Dolphins' schedule, hoping for some kind of hope, and
Yeah.
I marked those Jets games as wins.
Of course
Really?
you did.
I did.
Oh, really? Both of them, huh?
Yeah, both.
Wow. Well, congratulations.
So
I don't
you-
disagree, by
Thank
the
you,
way.
yeah.
You're done. You're done with the Jets. That's it. It's over. Well, then you guys are in really bad shape because if what do you guys anticipate the record being now that you've given up hope?
2-5. I mean, jeez.
Didn't you have them 14-0?
So they're 2-7. I did. Yeah,
14 and
2-7
3 or
if you
something?
factor in Fuentes' 2 losses to the Dolphins.
Yeah.
What's
Patriots
good
are
enough
probably-
not to get a good quarterback in the draft, but
Yeah.
bad enough to just
Yeah,
be an
they'll
absolute
string together like 5
Whatever
straight
that
wins
is.
at the end of the season.
6,
right?
7 wins.
I don't-
6, 7 wins.
I don't see 6 straight wins.
I mean, I could see them.
I don't see it on the schedule.
Jacksonville, home with the Rams,
You're gonna beat
home
the
with the
Bills.
Colts, home with the Seahawks. No, we're not going to beat the Bills. I'm not certain we're going to beat Seattle at home. I mean, Seattle's
Colts are better
good.
with Joe Flacco, right?
Oh, no doubt.
Mm.
No doubt.
100%. They're 100% better with Joe Flacco.
The larger point, and I think the reason Billy's a little bit frustrated as a Dolphin fan today, besides Jason Sanders, is the backup quarterback is so important in the NFL today. And you see it with Washington when they're able to go to Marcus Mariota. You see it in other places. You see it in Minnesota. When J.J. McCarthy, the rookie, goes down, and Sam Darnold is the guy who's having a good season. The Vikings had every chance to win that game. It's an important position. And the teams that don't have one are the teams that, if their guy goes down, they're going to be in big trouble. And the Dolphins are certainly one of those teams.
You're longing for Tyrod Taylor then, are you? I'd take Tyrod Taylor.
I don't think he'd be bad. I think he'd.
You think he'd be better than Aaron? You guys.
No. I think he'd be a lateral move.
A lateral move to Aaron Rodgers
at this point.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying for the Jets, Billy. I'm just saying in general. Like when Tua goes down, you want to have a good backup. The Dolphins were not prepared with a good backup.
I think it's important for a contender.
Yeah.
Because obviously, if you're like the Raiders or somebody, Aiden O'Connell, Minshew, it's a push. But if
Minshew
you're
looks so bad.
if you're a contender, you need that good backup because if you lose a guy for 4 or 5 games, you could miss out on the playoffs because of those 4 or 5 games.
Why are we talking about this?
He brought a backup quarterback.
Yeah, no, I know. Why
He brought up Marcus Mariota.
Well, I'm just saying, like, have a plan
Joe
B.
Flacco.
Yeah, have a plan B.
Tyrod Taylor.
Please. I mean, the Packers, they lose Jordan Love for a couple of games. They win 2 without him.
And those 2 games are huge.
But
those 2 games are huge right now.
That wasn't a backup plan.
I mean, it worked for 2 games.
It worked, but that wasn't like a long-term plan. That was a Band-Aid.
And he got his revenge game.
Well, Huntley got hurt for the Dolphins, and we went back. Right?
Yeah.
That was back to Tim Boyle.
Tim Boyle.
I don't know how we keep ending up in
Dude,
Tim Boyle world.
How is he stealing? He's stealing money. How is he doing it?
Tim Boyle.
Oh my God, best agent on the planet.
Tim Boyle yesterday had one of the worst football plays I've ever seen, and it was in theory a successful play because it was a completion. Where I mean, if you're from down here, you were watching the game. If you're not, you had no reason to be watching Dolphins Colts. Where Tim Boyle is somehow leading the team on what could potentially be a game-winning drive. They're out of timeouts, running out of time, taking forever, running out of time, decides it's 2nd and 1, does a little check down pass in nowhere near the sideline for a -1 yard loss out of timeouts.
Yeah.
Just to essentially lose the game. Then he goes and he downs it on 3rd down. So now it's 4th down with like 13 seconds left. And they need a first down. He sails it out of bounds.
20 yards over the guy's head on 4th down.
That's what Tim Boyle does.
I don't understand it.
Right.
And if you're HN and you catch that ball, why? Just drop it. You know you're not going to make anything happen. At least you stop the clock. Ridiculous. Anyways, we're not here to talk about the Dolphins.
He's now 0-5 in the NFL as a starter.
I'm surprised.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm surprised by. I guess I'm surprised by he's had 5 opportunities.
He had 1 touchdown and 13 interceptions at UConn in college. How is he in the league?
He has pictures of somebody or something. I don't know. That's crazy. It really is.
He's getting better.
How did we
He's
not talk
getting better
Lions
as the
Vikings
bad
in the
part.
first segment?
I
It
have
was
no
so
idea.
good.
We failed the audience. We apologize. We'll do better next. Lions, Vikings, Texans, Packers.
Feeling lucky? Put your money in Larceny Weeded Bourbon where your mouth is. Whether you enjoy sipping it straight or mixing it in a cocktail, the true pros know Larceny raises the stakes in flavor with every pour. That's because it won double gold at the 2024 San Francisco World Spirits Competition. Don't gamble with what's in your glass. Enjoy smoother sips no matter the spread, and seize tonight with Larceny Bourbon. Find a bottle near you at larcenybourbon.com. God Bless Football is brought to you by Larceny Bourbon, Bardstown, Kentucky. 46% alcohol by volume. Think wisely, drink wisely. God Bless Football, Stugotz. It's
God bless-
presented by Smirnoff. We
Oh.
do game days. Please drink responsibly. The Smirnoff Company, New York, New York.
I thought you were saying God bless football to me, and I was responding to you. God bless football, Billy. Sorry to cut you off.
No,
there.
it's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Hey, you know who we're presented by?
Who?
Smirnoff.
Oh.
We do game days. Please drink responsibly.
All right, good.
Smirnoff Company, New York, New York.
Got it in twice.
Yeah, well, you interrupted last one.
Proud of you. Yep. Oh, I said I'm sorry. What do you
I
mean?
mean, both our teams
There's-
lost. I
there's-
feel like things are starting to get a little tense here. You want to
Yeah.
play a little game?
I do. Yeah, I need a game. I do need to get Lucy going to join us next. We do not forget about college football here on God Bless Football.
Mike, you want to play a game?
Of course, I want to play a game.
All right, you want to know the name of the game?
Yeah, of course. I have
The
to.
name of the game
Tell
is Winners and Losers.
No way!
wow.
Now that like, the
Way.
music starts,
Wow.
and then all the music. If you're listening, I'm sure the music's there.
Hmm.
So, Winners and Losers is presented by Smirnoff, the world's #1 vodka. Please drink responsibly.
Hmm.
Lots of winners and losers yesterday
Yep.
that we can get into. I don't know if you guys prepared, if you guys have any winners or losers.
Yep.
I have, and I feel like as we talk, more winners and losers will present themselves. But I have in front of me one winner and one loser from yesterday's game.
You have one winner and one loser. By the way, 2 Monday Night Football games coming up tonight, and you know what that means, Mikey A.
A whole lot of BBBBBB.
Oh my God!
Whoa,
A
spoiler
double
alert.
help it. Well, I just wanted to get the audience
Spoiler
prepared
alert.
for it.
Jeez,
I mean,
spoiler alert.
2 Monday night games tonight: Ravens, Bucks, Chargers, Cardinals. But back to winners and losers.
It is true, friends. The rumors are true. Later in the show, Billy's Big Board Bets bonus board is back.
Wow.
Yep. There's
He
an
has
eye
it-
in there.
He has an actual bonus board. It's
There's
amazing.
a bonus board.
Yeah.
It's here. We're gonna
Yeah.
we're gonna
Big
get to
time.
it. Don't
Yeah.
worry about it. And I
Very-
did a lot of research. And,
Very exciting.
Yeah.
So you want to do winners first or losers first? What do you want to do?
Winners and losers. Let's. I'm gonna give you a winner because I feel like things have been a little negative so far on the show today, and I want to
With good
have
reason.
some
Yeah.
positivity.
Okay.
So my winner this week,
Mm-hmm.
presented by Smirnoff, the world's #1 vodka. Please drink responsibly. My winner this week, Saquon Barkley.
Ah, revenge game.
Yesterday was a Saquon Barkley revenge game. He went back to MetLife, 176 rushing yards, a touchdown in his return to New York versus the Giants. Saquon, the big winner.
Ah, all right.
Great game for him.
Very good game, yes. And the Eagles are now 4-3 on the season. Nick Sirianni puts whatever criticism he's received, which is ridiculous as far as I'm concerned, he puts it aside at least for a week now. Because they won and he didn't do anything crazy, you know?
Yeah.
That's a good day for the Eagles.
Yesterday,
He didn't shout at anybody in the stands, nothing like that.
Nah. He just took his win. He
Just gotta
left. He
win.
went home, you
Yeah.
know? I mean,
Normal day at the office.
yesterday in our daily fantasy contest presented by Smirnoff, the world's #1 vodka. Please drink responsibly.
yes.
I thought that I was going to steal some points defensively, and I was looking good early in the game. I took the Giants' defense.
Oh, wow.
Early on, they were looking pretty good. And then as we mentioned, Saquon, 176 rushing yards, a touchdown, and they won 28-3 against the Giants. Now, friends, here's some big news. Yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
big bounce back week for Billy in our weekly fantasy
boy.
contest presented by Smirnoff, the world's #1 vodka. Please drink responsibly.
Really? What happened?
I finished in 41st place,
Way to go.
just outside the money.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing about
lie.
my roster that
Yeah.
was kind of crazy, right? Is I got Jordan Love.
He's
I got
good.
I got a bunch of players. I was heavy on the top. I was top heavy. And then I was just kind of plugging in, as I mentioned. I got the Giants because they were a low-value defense. So I was plugging in with cheap additions.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. None of my high-money guys actually really delivered for me. The two guys that paid off for me were my two cheap additions. Jonnu Smith and David Njoku.
Wow.
Both of them went wild, had over 20 points, carried my team yesterday, and those were my last two guys that I added. Yeah.
Congratulations to you.
Thanks.
All right, big day.
Yeah, Daily Fantasy
Congrats.
Contest presented by
You're a winner.
Smirnoff, the world's #1 vodka. Please drink responsibly. If you want to compete against this $3 buy-in, you can win some cold hard cash.
Before we get to Billy's loser, I do have a winner.
Do you?
I do.
Okay.
My winner is Jared Goff. Jared Goff, the last 4 weeks of the NFL season, has been the best quarterback in the NFL. He has, and he's in the MVP conversation. And all the talk when they made that trade was about Matthew Stafford, won the Super Bowl, did it with Sean McVay. And all that is true, and it's a trade that worked out for both teams. But Jared Goff, a guy that I think Sean McVay gave up on and probably a lot of fans gave up on, he is one hell of a quarterback. I would love to have Jared Goff as my quarterback.
So I want to give a winner. If we can give winners, I want to give a winner.
Dan Campbell?
To Stugotz.
Oh.
Because Stugotz, since that trade happened, Stugotz decided to zig when everyone else was zagging in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
And he was saying the Lions won that trade. Now, granted, Stafford did win a Super Bowl.
He did, yes.
However,
he was lucky to win that Super Bowl.
Okay.
You forget about the drop pass against Tampa, the interception that should have ended the game. Brady should have went back. He would have won another Super Bowl. Doesn't matter. We digress. Sorry about that.
I mean, I'm trying to make you a winner.
Thank you. Okay,
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'll
Kind
be
of
quiet.
sounding like a loser.
I'll be
You just
quiet.
said
I'll be
he's going to
quiet.
zig when everybody zags.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'll be quiet.
Actively talking Billy out of making you a winner.
I know. I don't understand what we're doing here.
Yeah,
Forget what I just said, and please
Yeah.
continue. Yeah.
Well, you said that they won that trade, and I think, what is it now? Like 3 weeks, 4 weeks in a row that he's had a rating over 140. Like, he's been ridiculous.
Yeah, he was
the last
close.
couple weeks.
If he would have had a rating over 150, he would have been the first quarterback in history to have over 150 in 3 straight games.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Jared Goff.
He's pretty good.
He is pretty good.
Well, is he? I don't know. He's good enough.
He's good for now.
He's great for now.
I love him right now.
He's great for now. And by the way, underpaid?
Yeah.
Underpaid, maybe?
Yep.
Maybe a little bit.
Is he like the third highest paid quarterback?
Yeah, but
or something
underpaid?
like that?
Maybe a little
bit.
underpaid. A little holdout, maybe?
bit.
What are we doing?
Hold out.
Hold-out
Team trying to win a
situation?
Super Bowl.
Now's the time.
Hold out now.
Exactly right. Now's when you do it.
Mikey A, do you have a winner? Oh, man.
No.
All right.
No, I don't have one.
It was a rough night.
He's
It was
so
a rough
upset
Sunday night
about
football.
You know, his Yankees are in the World Series, but he's so
I know.
distraught
Why
about
don't you make the winners the Yankees? Or you? What? You're a winner, Mikey.
Yes.
The Yankees made the World Series.
Yeah. Yankees are a winner.
Here's the thing.
Yay.
Before we started, and this
God
is
bless
God bless
football.
Yeah, God bless football, not God bless baseball. But here's the thing. Before we started, Mikey was like ranting about Stanton, who helped you guys get to the World Series. He had some pretty big home runs in the ALCS, and you're
Absolutely.
like you're an ingrate. I would say you're completely ungrateful.
Oh,
it's
absolutely.
ridiculous. I have a hypothetical to throw at you, Yankees related, Mikey and Stugotz, and then we'll get back to football since this is God bless football.
Okay.
So I was texted by Taylor,
Mm-hmm.
who works on the show,
Yes.
and he said that his Yankees group chat was discussing how much you would pay in concessions to keep Juan Soto. And the question in the group was, would you pay $100 for a hot dog if it meant keeping Juan Soto?
It's probably going to take more than $100 a hot dog, but
They don't need to charge
Absolutely, I would.
you. You would
because
pay
I just wouldn't
$100
get
for a hot dog?
I just wouldn't get a hot dog.
Yeah,
But,
I'm with
like,
you. I'm with
everybody
you.
else can go get them.
you just donate $100?
No, he'd be fine with them raising the price. He just wouldn't get hot
Oh,
dogs.
okay, got it. Okay.
Yeah.
What if they
Sure.
raised all the prices though? I mean,
Sure.
You just go in and
I'll watch the game on my couch with my
no, are you?
pack of hot dogs I bought from the grocery store.
Yeah, exactly. You go in like it's kind of
I'll
like
pay for the Yes app or whatever, the Gotham City app, whatever the hell it's on now. Yeah, I'll pay for that.
Jared
That's what I'll get.
Jared Goff currently getting paid $53 million.
Yeah, underpaid.
He is the fifth highest paid quarterback in the league.
Underpaid.
Yep.
He is behind Tua, Jordan Love, Trevor Lawrence, Joe Burrow, and Dak Prescott.
hold up.
Yeah,
right now.
underpaid.
Trevor Lawrence getting paid $55 million every
Underpaid.
Raise the hot dog prices in Detroit. That's what I say.
Underpaid.
Yeah.
Just like this is not gonna sound rude. Be an adult. Eat before you leave the house. You're
Yeah.
fine.
Okay.
Pee before you leave the house.
That's
I'm with
it.
you. Yeah. I'm with
Sometimes I go in, I'll grab fast food on the way to the ballpark. I'm good.
you.
Or sometimes
Yeah.
I'll pack a little PB&J, put it in a Ziploc bag,
Fast food is actually great for games because it sits like a rock in your stomach.
Oh, yeah.
And it's cheap. It'll last you the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I love a good rock in my stomach.
You want a loser?
I do want a loser.
Winners and losers presented by Smirnoff, the world's #1 vodka. Please drink responsibly.
I can't believe I'm saying this because I never thought I would utter these words in my lifetime.
What?
But the Lions and Vikings lived up to the hype.
I don't know. I don't disagree with you. Vikings also.
What do you mean?
I'm not sold on them.
By the way, Jared Goff did that to Brian Flores' defense.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's why I'm not sold on them.
I have a quick loser.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
CJ Stroud. Didn't look great.
Dude, did not.
We talked about this.
Yeah.
We talked about this. Sophomore slump for CJ Stroud.
Didn't look great.
Nico Collins, big winner.
Yeah.
Big winner.
Needs him badly.
It looks like we can't do anything about Nico Collins. Anyways, here's a
Tank
loser.
Dell, no catches.
Gardner Minshew, 154 passing yards, 3 interceptions, a fumble loss, a 12.6 QBR, and a 21 passer rating, which seems very bad.
Yes.
When you're longing for Aiden O'Connell with a broken thumb, big loser.
All right. Mikey, you have a loser or no? You have nothing?
Yeah, the city of New York. Giants, Jets, Mets all lost last night.
You're in the World Series. Jesus Christ.
I didn't say Yankees.
You said the city of New
They
York.
won on Saturday.
My losers are the San Francisco 49ers. Overrated. Kyle Shanahan, blah, blah, blah. Lucy next.
Liberty won the WNBA title last night.
Yep.
City of losers, according to Mikey.
Oh, that happened.
Stugotz here for my friends over at Miller Lite. I don't know how your football season is going, but mine is going exactly the way the last 40 football seasons have gone. It's a roller coaster. From defending your favorite team after a bad loss to obsessively checking your fantasy lineups, football fandom is bigger than just Sundays. Miller Lite knows the passion that comes with rooting for your team, like the debate that sparked in 1975. Great taste versus less filling. So, what is the best thing about the original light beer? Let it be both. Football Sundays are amazing, made even better by the great taste of my favorite beer, and that, of course, is Miller Lite. They keep it simple, undebatable quality, great taste, only 96 calories. It's the beer that strips away everything you don't need and holds on to what matters most. The original light beer since 1975. Make your game time taste like Miller time. Taste great and less filling. Let it be both. To get Miller Lite delivered right to your door, visit MillerLite.com/GBF, or you can find it pretty much anywhere that sells beer. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories per 12 ounces. Fewer calories and carbs than premium regular beer.
And we're back, Stugotz.
We are, Billy.
Guess who's here?
Who?
Lucy's
Oh,
here.
wow.
Hi.
Fresh
Can
off.
I actually say something to lead off the show? Am I allowed to do that?
Yeah, of course. Go ahead.
Right now, Indiana is ranked higher than Alabama. I just wanted to put that out there. The Hoosiers.
You did so with a smile on your face. I mean,
It's cool. It's pretty cool.
it is cool. College football is cool, huh? I mean,
It's the best.
Listen,
I had fun this weekend.
it's been a very rough season for me as an FIU Panther.
well, every season.
Well, it's been a particularly rough one. We lost to UTEP this past weekend, who had not won a game this season.
Right.
But I want to say we hung in there with Indiana the first week of the season. And it took right until the end of the fourth quarter to not cover that game.
Moral victory.
Some
huh?
boneheaded plays. I'm looking here and I'm like, oof.
That's the closest
Big
anyone
win.
has played Indiana all year.
There you
Nebraska
go.
lost by 50.
There
Yeah.
you go.
I mean, Northwestern also played Indiana very close at home. I'm just it's a game in the fourth quarter. I'm just saying.
Why do you have to? Well, you're so negative. I'm
Hey,
trying.
pause up, man.
I've had a rough season, and here you are, just kind of being a rude boy.
I'm sorry. I mean, listen, I'm coming off a Jets victory. The Mets are not in the World Series. Mikey A's acting upset. His Yankees are in the World Series. I mean,
Did you just say a Jets victory?
Jets.
When did that happen?
And it didn't happen. It never happens. I'm sorry. I misspoke.
Let's talk college with Lucy.
Yeah, for real.
Let's do that. Lucy, how was Tennessee? You went to Alabama, Tennessee. Was that your first time to the University of Tennessee?
Yes, it was awesome. It was really cool. The fans were super nice. The tailgating was really, really good. We were a little nervous after the first half, being like, I think we made the wrong choice. I think we should have gone to Georgia, Texas.
Right.
It was very like, man, if I wanted to watch an Iowa game, I would, and I don't. So like I'm really not enjoying what I'm seeing here. But second half was really, really awesome. I think that like the cool nature of it was like when talking to fans before the game, the question that kept coming up was, is this a playoff elimination game? And the answer seemed to be yes. Most people felt like it was. And so it was more stakes than a normal Tennessee Alabama fan game. And there are already a lot of stakes to that. It was cool to see. I know, Tennessee won 2 years ago, but I did not think Tennessee would pull it out at the end. Just everything that Tennessee has done in the last 20 years made me believe they wouldn't do it. And I don't know if that's a product of Nick Saban being gone, but like it was a great win for Tennessee. I'm happy for them. I had a great time. Man, do they love playing Rocky Top. They love it. That is their favorite song. It's the only song they like, actually.
What was the official counter on that? Because you were keeping track on Twitter of how many times they played it.
It was around 30, and I probably missed one or two. I definitely didn't make any up, but we need like a margin of error on that. Because, I went to the bathroom at one point, so like they probably played Rocky Top when I was in the bathroom.
Right.
I will say that I think it was a low count in the game overall because the first half was so bad that there was one point when they went a full hour without playing Rocky Top.
Wow. Really? That's amazing.
1 hour. That's a long time.
I'm
That's
guessing,
basically like 10 years Tennessee time.
I'm guessing it's the longest they've ever gone without playing that song, ever.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Right. Yes.
I was like, dang, this was a good bit I had going.
Right.
Now it's over.
Why did security not let them take the goalpost? That seemed like a bad decision.
They were fined so much money last time they beat Alabama for throwing the goalpost in the river. I do not know how much goalposts cost. I'm assuming Tennessee can afford it.
Well, hold on, where's the line? Because like they're already getting fined for everybody being on the field, right? So just let them take the goalpost. You already broke it.
And
you
they
have to get a
already
new one
broke
anyways. Yeah.
They already ripped it down. It's gone. Both goalposts were floating through the crowd. So, like, I don't understand why. So we saw security stop the goalpost. So neither goalpost actually left the stadium. Kind of lame. I don't know why they did it. I'm sure it's like financial, but like you're already going to get fined for storming the field. And we talked about it a little before the show start, but for the listeners, I have never seen a fan base destroy their own field the way Tennessee did. Like they were all just ripping chunks out of the field. Like it's probably going to cost a lot to repair what they did.
And that's pretty straight. That's a storied program right there. How about you act like you've been there before because you have been there before?
I agree, but I don't
Boo.
in the sense like I'm always pro Stormfield. Like these are college kids. Half of the student body wasn't there the last time that Tennessee beat Alabama, which I know was 2 years ago. Before that, it was like 20 years prior. So
you guys are boring. You don't like fun.
Beating Alabama is something for everybody. I think honestly, maybe it's everyone's trying to get it out of their system because they know they're not going to be able to do this next time they play Alabama because they're going the wrong direction.
I like the idea of them keeping the pieces and welding it back together, and then like the next like field goal someone kicks at doinks the post, just a chunk falls off, or the whole thing just collapses because they decided we're not going to buy a new one, we're just going to fix this one.
They'll play Rocky Top as it goes down.
Go ahead, Mikey.
I was going to say, Lucy, if I made you the czar of college football, how many years probation would you give Tennessee where they can't storm the field if they beat Alabama because they've done it now? Like how long until it's okay to storm the field again? I
would say the next time that Alabama starts playing like they did 2 and 3 years ago. I won't say it's when even Saban like a specific when Saban comes back, when Alabama isn't like throwing up against South Carolina and Vanderbilt, then you're allowed to storm the field.
Lucy, I don't want to make you feel bad, and I feel like this is the direction.
But you're about to.
No, I feel like this is direction. This is like a warning I'm giving you. We're gonna head into like an area that you don't like to discuss, but I don't want you to feel bad, so I'm giving you kind of ample warning here. I want to ask you about Miami. So
I knew that's what you were gonna say.
Yeah.
Is six as high as they're gonna go? Because it seems like
they're stuck at 6.
AP doesn't want to put them any higher. And by the way, like, and look, I don't want to sound like a UM hater here, but I think we saw that game. This is not the 6th best team in the country.
It is different to see Miami get a close game and not just like completely like piss all over themselves. That's a nice change of pace. Miami is a very good football team. They have taken all their problems and they put one giant Cam Ward Band-Aid over it. So I'm curious to see how next year looks, but we're not talking about next year. That's not the point of this. Miami is a good football team. They'll probably stay at around that point. They just don't have any opportunity on their schedule, period, to get a good win. SEC championship game, which I assume will be against Clemson or maybe Pitt, who knows. That's like really the last chance that Miami will have to get like a sort of signature win. I know that their fans keep throwing like these weird, like, well, ESPN's, schedule tells you that Miami has the 10th hardest schedule in college football. No, they don't. No, they're not playing anybody. You got Florida State this week. Cal was their big, like, this is a tough game. Cal's hasn't won an ACC game. They lost to NC State and Florida State. It's a bad schedule. So I don't see them go. They don't really have a chance to go up a ton unless a bunch of chaos happens in 1 through 5, which it has already this season. So potentially.
Well, that's the thing, right? Is that it already has, and they're still just sitting at 6. Like, they're not moving up. They're the lone undefeated. Well, I guess there's other undefeated.
Yeah, but Billy, if they're undefeated or even with one loss, they're going to make the playoffs.
No, they'll make the playoffs,
Yes.
but it seems like 6 is about as high as we're going to get unless, like, disaster happens. Which, by the way, Lucy, I want to run this by you and tell me what you think about this. If somehow, some way, they lose to FSU this weekend,
they won't.
You drop them out of the top 25, right?
Yeah, straight out of the top 25.
You have to drop them out of the top 25.
Yeah.
If you lose to FSU,
yes,
you're out of there.
Lucy, he's right. I mean,
yeah, you probably won't go full top 25. You're going to go from like 6 to like, they'll put you at 23, just so you're still ranked.
Right.
Which is almost, being at 23, almost as bad as just, I'd rather just be unranked.
Right.
Just don't even put me there.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't make the playoff if you lose to Florida State, right?
If you do not get another signature win. So, like, if you lose to Florida State, you go to the ACC and you get your brakes blown off by Clemson, then no.
Right. Okay. I'm with you, Billy.
Just drop them out of top 25. They lose to FSU.
Yeah. And they don't make
It's
the playoffs.
funny.
Yes, it is funny.
I don't think they'll lose to FSU. I don't think that'll happen.
I don't either. I have some Lucy or Goosey for you. You ready?
Yes.
Alabama is missing the playoff. Lucy or Goosey?
Right now, my answer is Lucy. They have 2 losses, and there will be 2-loss teams that get into the playoff. That's kind of the bummer part about the 12-team playoff. The cool part is you might see Indiana. They still have LSU on the schedule, who is playing well. The way that Alabama has played, not even against Tennessee, but against South Carolina and Vanderbilt, like, they have every opportunity to screw something up over the next few weeks. Like, LSU might not even be the biggest problem they have remaining on their schedule. That's just a really just like funky football team, and not in a good way. Where, like, the difference between having Nick Saban and not having Nick Saban has been so insane. They're missing tackles the way they've never done before. They're giving up big plays the way they've never done before. Like, their offense was pretty stagnant for most of that Tennessee game. Like, Jalen Miller really wasn't able to create anything either with his arm. He was just like out there doing stuff. Like, my whole take on Jalen Miller is like, he's always doing like, he's never thinking about it. He's just doing sometimes that works out, but for the most part, like, it was just, they don't seem to have any real identity right now, which is like the least Alabama football thing of all time. And so I see them getting another loss or 2. And at this point, like, there are other teams in the SEC, like A&M, I believe, is undefeated through conference play. Like, you might want to put A&M in over Alabama. It's crazy. I never thought we'd be here, but it's cool. It
awesome.
Honestly kind of rules.
Yeah. How grateful is the committee that there's a 12-team playoff this year and not a 4-team playoff?
They could not be happier, because they are going, like, that's why I almost kind of already just regret the answer I gave, because, like, they'll be like, well, Alabama's 4 losses were close, and that's basically better than 4 wins. So we're sorry, 12-0 Indiana. Like, Alabama is just going to take this spot. They have to be thrilled. I think you'll still run into the same sort of issues of like, well, why are they at the 11th seed? And when I think that Ole Miss is the 11th best team in the country, you're going to still run into those issues, but it won't be as like a glaring, obvious sort of like what happens, like the Florida State moment from last year. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Right now, Lucy, we'd be looking at Notre Dame 6-1, definitely getting the 12th spot over a 13th ranked undefeated Indiana.
Oh yeah, and that's a bummer because I would really like to see Notre Dame and Indiana play each other. I think that game would go really in Indiana's favor. No offense to Notre Dame. They have been playing good football as of late.
Was that your Ole Miss accent? What'd you do there? Was that
my accent?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's just someone who's calling in a Feinbaum.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I
That's
bet
my Feinbaum caller voice.
I went more
Carl!
so. They don't even need to figure out like, ooh, we only get 4. They're like, oh, good. Thank God. Everybody's lost this year. We don't need to stress this at all. Like, well,
Yeah.
11, 12, whatever. It doesn't matter. But at least the top 4, like, yeah, we'll just put them in there
We
somewhere.
don't have to shoehorn
Yeah,
Alabama
exactly
in with
right.
4 losses, right?
Look, it is a little bit funny that like a group of 13 people are coming together and be like, all right, who's the 9th best team in the country?
All right, Lucy or Goosey, Navy will beat Notre Dame this weekend.
I am gonna go Lucy right now, but I'd say it with so I can't say it with 100% confidence. Navy and Army have been playing unbelievably, incredibly well. They're both undefeated. They're both in the top 25. That hasn't happened since like the early 1900s. Notre Dame has been playing better as of late. They've seemed to figure things out. Riley Leonard has kind of found his groove within that offense. I believe this game is at MetLife. So it's an interesting situation, but this is not any sort of normal Navy team. This is a Navy team with an absolutely elite offense, and Notre Dame has a really good defense. So I'm curious to see how it goes. It's the best competition Navy's faced all year, but like I don't want to bet against the troops. That's un-American.
Yeah,
but I don't want to bet against my friend Jessica. That's a bad friend.
You're right. Win or lose, Navy should make the playoff. If Vandy, Lucy or Goosey, it's the Navy, Billy. If Vandy beats Texas, they should get an automatic bid. Lucy or Goosey?
Goosey.
What?
I'm sorry.
What?
I'm sorry.
I mean, they beat Alabama and Texas in the same year. I mean,
if they beat Texas, Alabama, and then just throw Tennessee in there for sure.
Okay.
For sure.
Tennessee.
The Georgia State loss, not great. Actually, Georgia State is a really good team, so it's really not that bad of a loss. If they beat Texas, yeah, you have to put them high in the polls. You should automatically just let them play in the SEC championship game. That's the compromise.
All right.
Let them in the SEC championship game, like no question. Doesn't matter what the standings are. Just let them in.
Lucy or Goosey, LSU Texas A&M is a de facto playoff game.
Yeah.
Lucy?
I don't know. Lucy right now.
Wow,
I know they both
Lucy.
have a loss, and it's funny because that
Wow.
USC loss, that's actually a bad loss right now.
Yes.
I would say yes in the sense that we are Lucy in the sense that we're probably going to get 4+ SEC teams. So the sort of same deal with Alabama as before, where like you're going to have like a bunch of losses in the college football playoff. Both teams could make the playoff. Like truly, if Texas A&M wins this game, then LSU goes on to beat Alabama and win out. Like you'll probably see both of these teams in the playoff. So now I changed my answer to Goosey because I think there are other circumstances that could help.
Sometimes you got to talk it out. I understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I talked it out. I talked it out.
You talk through it. I'm proud of you.
I don't get these questions ahead of time.
Final one for you, Lucy or Goosey. Kirby Smart can get the hell out of here with the "No one respected us" card.
I have a funny little Lucy. I have a funny little tidbit. I posted on my Instagram story like a year plus ago, making fun of how Kirby Smart is like everybody doesn't believe in Georgia, and this is when Georgia was the #1 team in the country, undefeated, the most popular pick for the national championship. And I had a Georgia football player DM me and be like, "You don't get it. Nobody believes in us. Like, absolutely not. Like, he's not saying anything that's not true. Like, you should see the things that people say about us." And I was like, "Brother, you are just like, hey man, go outside, read a newspaper."
Exactly.
Like, I'm glad that you're buying into what he's saying, but like, I can tell you that's not true.
You can't win You can't win 2 out of 3 national championships. 2 national championships in 3 seasons, and come out and say no one respects us, no one believes in us. Get out of here.
I think Georgia opened as the favorite, or like as it got closer to game time was the favorite. You're a top 5 team. Your only loss was to an Alabama team who at the time we thought was like amazing. Like, be so serious, Kirby. No one is saying that. No one has ever said that.
Thank you. Yep. Where are you headed this weekend, Lucy?
It's a good weekend. In college football, there's a lot of good games. We're not going to any of those, though. We're not going to any of those.
Oh, really? Okay.
We're going. Yeah, we're going to Ole Miss, Oklahoma.
Wow.
Oklahoma is very bad, just fired their offensive coordinator, but our whole bid is tailgating. So if we don't go to Oxford, if we don't go to the Grove, we have done something wrong.
All right.
So we're going to Oxford this weekend, and I'm very excited. It's my first time there.
Okay. I was thinking
awesome.
I was thinking Oregon, Illinois. I was thinking Navy, Notre Dame. I was thinking,
Ohio State, Indiana.
Yeah,
There's
wow,
Boise
that's right.
State, UNLV. There's a
Yes.
lot of good stuff happening this weekend. We just planned it out before we knew any of that would be good.
You'll still have fun.
Yeah, you'll have fun.
Yeah, it is, it won't matter that much.
It'll
I've had 2 Stormfields back to back. I kind of need a little break.
It'll probably be more fun, honestly. Because
Yeah.
there's no expectations. Everyone's just there to have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
And look, I'm just going to be honest and expose myself for a second, and maybe I won't get credentials again because I say this. When the games are blowouts, I go back up to the press box and watch more football games.
Oh.
It's cool.
All right.
They like it.
Our secret.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our secret that's on camera.
Yeah.
But I do such a good job. We always produce good content. Everybody loves it. Tennessee's going to love it.
Right. But
South
Billy's
Carolina
right.
did not.
Everyone's there just for a good time, including
Yeah.
including Lane Kiffin. I mean,
Yeah, look,
Right.
I just want to see the dog. I just want to see Juice.
There you go.
Yep, you'll see the dog. Lucy, we appreciate it. Thank you. Enjoy Mississippi. It's a fun spot. I have been there once, and I enjoyed it very much.
All right. Timmy Rex, you probably don't have
Just
any.
thought I'd throw that in the grotto.
Yeah,
It's a good spot. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I got
cool.
recommendations for you, Lucy. Hit me
Oh,
up. I got 'em for you.
excited.
Yes.
Yeah, Oxford Rex, send them my way.
All right. Thank you, Lucy. We will talk to you next weekend. We appreciate it as always.
I can't believe you guys didn't ask a question about throwing trash on the field. Failed journalistic opportunity
I
from you three.
forgot. Oh my God, I totally forgot. They turned the call because of that, right? They did. They
Yeah,
changed the call.
absolutely.
They did. Right.
Hey, sometimes bullying does get what you want.
We'll talk to you next week. Thanks, Lucy.
Bye, y'all.
We have 2 Monday Night Football games tonight. Billy, I saw him during the break. He was writing on one big board, and then he broke out a bonus big board.
Yep.
I am excited. We have 2 games. We have Ravens and Bucks coming up at 8:15, and Chargers, Cardinals, 9 o'clock, only on ESPN+. Not a chance. I mean,
What?
I mean, what? What do you mean, what?
Who decided that?
I
Who
don't know.
decided to put
I like it.
ESPN? You have all those networks. You have last week there was a game on 2 channels, ABC and ESPN, plus ESPN2 with the Mannings.
Yeah.
But you're gonna put a Monday night game on ESPN. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Billy
I
has.
know which game I'm watching.
Billy
Which
has
one?
his. We get the good game early, man. That is a great game. Baker Mayfield,
It is
Lamar
a great
Jackson, Ravens might be the best team in football. I'm excited for the 8:15 game. It's the 9 o'clock game I could do without, and I will do without it. How about that?
I hope you're not doing without it,
Well, we'll see.
because then you won't see what 3 of the BBBBB picks are.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You know what? You're right. I stand corrected,
Yeah.
and I apologize because the BBBs are worthy of me staying up late for this game.
Yeah.
You're right. Yep.
So
Yeah.
this is a little segment we like to call BBBBBB, Billy's Big Boards Bets, brought to you by, and we're still waiting on a sponsor, but we'll get one day. It's okay.
Yep.
As you pointed out, there's 2 games today.
Mm-hmm.
Last time there was 2 games.
Yep.
We introduced the BBBBBB,
Yes.
the bonus board.
It was very exciting.
So this is the first board. This is for the first game. This is for the game that's on television.
What's your record?
My record is 16-9 on the season.
Good.
It could be 16-8 had I not counted Mikey's suggestion, but I'm going to count it because I put it out there. So I'm not going to say, hey, this was Mikey's idea. I'm not going to count that one against my record. So last week, without Mikey's suggestion, we would have been 3-0. Instead, we're 3-1, but that's fine.
Right.
We're going to count it anyways because we put it out there for the people. So we're 16-9. Still pretty good.
Pretty good. So
Still
these
pretty good.
these are the BBBs for the first game?
These are for the first game.
Okay.
These are the games that if I was in a DraftKings state, I might feel strongly enough to put in these bets. The first one,
Bucks, Bucks Ravens, by the way, is the first game.
Bucks Ravens is
Just
the
in
first
case
game.
you haven't been following along.
Well, hold on. Hold on. I'm a professional here. The first one,
gonna set it
Ravens
3
at
times.
Bucks.
Right.
I'm going to take the over 50.
Okay. I like it.
They're
I like
teams
it.
that are
Yep.
known for their defense. Chris Sims told us last week, hey, while these are historically known for their defenses haven't been great.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go over on that one. I'm going to go over 50 points.
All right.
in
I like
game.
that.
Ravens bottom 3 pass defense in the league.
Mm.
Ravens.
Look at you. I mean, getting on the BBBs early, aren't you?
That,
sir.
That pass defense thing may become a theme later in the show.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Ooh.
We only have about 4.5
I was about
minutes.
to say, not a lot of time
How much
left.
later?
Yeah, when are you get there? Yeah.
Might get to it.
All right.
Next one I'm going to take.
I set him up.
Baker, over 1.5 touchdowns.
Makes sense if you like the over. Yep. I like
Baker,
that.
Over 1.5 touchdowns.
Yeah, people laughed at me last week. I said Baker Mayfield's the MVP. They were laughing at me.
Were they?
Yeah, I don't know
Were
why. I mean, just people.
And now it's
you know.
obviously Marcus Mariota.
No doubt. Comeback player of the year, too.
I mean, I'll tell you something about Marcus Mariota. Jaden Daniels, that good?
Yeah, right. Are the Commanders better without Jaden?
System quarterback.
Has me wondering. I don't know.
The NFL is so weird, man. I mean, it's unbelievable. Mariota goes away. This guy was a top 3 pick in the NFL draft. He goes away. I had no idea he was still playing. Jaden Daniels gets hurt early yesterday. Mariota comes in, has the best game of his career. What is happening? Anyway.
All right, here's my third one.
One number 2 pick with another.
Yeah, you're right.
My third one.
Couple of number 2s, cutting it up. Yep.
For the first game, Derrick Henry, over 83.5 rushing yards.
Like it. He could be the MVP as
yeah.
well. Yeah, he could be. But they don't give
that one goes.
They don't give it to running backs.
Offensive player of the year.
Yeah.
All right, now we're headed over to the Plus, ESPN Plus for Game 2.
That award was put in just to make not the guys who don't win the MVP feel good.
Correct,
It's a stupid award. No one cares about it. No one wants it. I mean, please. Spags is the MVP. Anyway, go ahead, Billy.
Mikey said before that the Ravens were bottom 3 in terms of defending the pass.
Yes.
Also in the bottom 5 in terms of defending the pass, the Arizona Cardinals.
You teased it before.
Yeah. Unfortunately, our friend Mike Rollis' brother, the DC of the Arizona Cardinals, is having a bit of a rough one this season. So what do we do as good friends? We're going to pounce.
Yes.
So I'm going to take Ladd McConkey, over 52.5 receiving yards.
Attaboy. I like it. Yes, that is the late game on ESPN Plus. I am only watching because of Billy's BBBs.
I don't believe you're going to watch.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
I lied.
if I'm going to be...
I'll watch the half of the fourth quarter that's left after the other game ends.
Once the BBBs are settled, I'm done.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
done.
they might be settled early.
Yeah, if they cash early, no point in
Yeah.
You do know that you still get the money in your account if you don't watch, right? You could just wake up and it'll be there.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to actually
The best
watch
feeling
it.
ever.
It really is. It really is one of the best feelings. I was about to
Yeah.
say, there's nothing like waking up to free money. It's
They
great.
say the wealthy get wealthy by putting their money to work 24/7, like 20 while you're sleeping. That's what we do. I mean,
Well, what? All right, so here's my next one. Here's number 2, and this one you're going to probably have to wait a little bit for in the second game. Justin Herbert, over 27.5
Jesus.
pass attempts.
my God, we stay up to the fourth quarter.
Pass attempts.
Jesus.
Wow.
Just pass the attempts.
Yeah.
Going in your bag for that one.
Here's the problem with that one is
A win for trying.
The problem with that
if it's
one
a
is I have to
blowout,
stay I have to stay up to the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they could take him out of the game, or they could just be running out the clock at the end. So we're gonna have to be throwing a lot. early,
Okay.
I'm hoping.
All right.
Anyway.
I did a bet like that yesterday with Geno Smith. I needed 24.5. He had 15 at half through 3 passes
Wow.
the entire second half.
Terrible.
By the way,
Falcons.
2 teams, Seattle and the Falcons. Can't figure them out. Have no idea. Can't figure them out.
Nope.
I mean, the Falcons, I'm telling you, every single game, they're down 10-0. Every game. Every game. They should just start down 10-0.
That's so true.
I mean, I can't figure out. I had a lot of money on the Falcons yesterday.
I can tell.
All right, you want a fun one? Here's a fun one to
And
wrap
when they
it
were
up.
down 10-0, I was like, I got them right where I want them. This is great.
Speaking of which, we had a chance to include Penix in our May, Daniels, and all the other guys.
Yeah.
Penix finally got to play.
Don't look now. Caleb's winning now. I mean, we'll see what happens, though. Anyway, go ahead, Billy.
All right, here's my fun one.
All right.
For the end,
little,
and this is one that could happen at any time.
little funzy, huh?
Michael Wilson, longest reception, over 16.5 yards.
That is a fun one.
He has done that in every game but one this season, the first game of the season. Every other game, 23 yards, 28 yards, 22, 34, 18, over 16.5 yards for Michael Wilson.
All right, I like
on
the
his longest reception.
I like the BBBs. I do.
Yep.
I do, except the Herbert one. I'm going to stay away from that
Really?
one.
That one's a little tough.
Yeah,
All right, we'll see how it goes.
Just because, you're forcing me to watch the
Well,
game.
no, because here's my thing. They're the fifth in the bottom 5 in terms of pass defense. I feel like they're just going to be passing a lot.
Yeah, but they want to run J.K. Dobbins into the ground. They don't want to pass it.
Well, we'll see.
Yep. Aaron Rodgers, you're out of hands. That's it. There's not another hand to play. Unless you fire the owner, which would not surprise me.
Hassan Reddick's back. Smirnoff knows there's no I in football. Football's a we thing, an experience that's best enjoyed together with good drinks and good folks. Smirnoff's the world's #1 vodka and is an official vodka partner of the NFL. And this year, Smirnoff's giving fans in select areas of the country a chance to win the ultimate game day experience. From tickets to sideline passes and much more. Just head to WeDoGameDays.com until November 15th, 2024 to enter for your chance to win. That's WeDoGameDays.com. Smirnoff. We do game days.
Please drink responsibly. Smirnoff number 21 vodka, distilled from grain, 40% alcohol by volume. The Smirnoff Company, New York, New York. Please do not share with anyone under legal drinking age. No purchase necessary. 21 plus. Ends November 15, 2024. See rules at website for participating area and other important details. Sponsored by Diageo Americas Inc. New York, New York.
Stugotz here for my friends over at Miller Lite. I don't know how your football season is going, but mine is going exactly the way the last 40 football seasons have gone. It's a roller coaster. From defending your favorite team after a bad loss to obsessively checking your fantasy lineups, football fandom is bigger than just Sundays. Miller Lite knows the passion that comes with rooting for your team, like the debate that sparked in 1975. Great taste versus less filling. So, what is the best thing about the original light beer? Let it be both. Football Sundays are amazing, made even better by the great taste of my favorite beer, and that, of course, is Miller Lite. They keep it simple, undebatable quality, great taste, only 96 calories. It's the beer that strips away everything you don't need and holds on to what matters most. The original light beer since 1975. Make your game time taste like Miller time. Taste great and less filling. Let it be both. To get Miller Lite delivered right to your door, visit MillerLite.com/GBF, or you can find it pretty much anywhere that sells beer. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories per 12 ounces. Fewer calories and carbs than premium regular beer.
Bada boom, sold.
Huh?
Just sold my car on Carvana. Dropping it off and getting paid today.
Already?
What, you still haven't sold yours? You told me about it months ago.
Is
the offer good?
Oh, the offer's great.
Don't have another car yet?
I could trade it in for this car I love.
Come on, what are we waiting for?
You're right.
Let's go.
Whether you're looking to sell your car right now or just whenever feels right, go to Carvana.com and sell your car the convenient way. Terms and conditions apply.
If you're a facilities manager at a warehouse and your HVAC system goes down, it can turn up the heat, literally. But don't sweat it, Grainger has you covered. Grainger offers over 1 million industrial-grade products for all your operations, including warehouse HVAC maintenance. And even better, they offer access to experts and fast delivery, so you and your warehouse can both keep your cool. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.